One of the most powerful things on Amazon in regards to brands is brand registry. This is a fairly new thing that Amazon's introduced in just the past few years that gives brands a lot of additional tools and protections on Amazon. Now, to get brand registered, you have to have a registered trademark. And we talked about that in one of the other modules where the registered trademark doesn't have to be in the country that you're selling in. It just has to be in one of the authorized countries that Amazon sells in. So, for example, you could be selling in the US and have a trademark that was filed in Germany and use that trademark to actually open up the brand registry on Amazon in the US. Now, that doesn't give you legal protection in the US. If you have to go to a court of law, you still would need a trademark in the US. You can actually use your trademark from any of the authorized marketplaces that Amazon sells in to actually get brand registry in any of their other marketplaces. Now, what brand registry does is takes your trademark, and there has to be an exact match. So your trademark, that when you file it and when you file it with brand registry, they have to be exactly like every space, every word, everything has to be an exact match for you to get the approval. In just a few minutes, I'm going to take you to brand registry on Amazon. We're going to do a little walkthrough. I'm going to show you some of the benefits and features and how it works. But brand registry will allow you it will open up a whole floodgate of additional opportunities on Amazon, including some additional reporting and some additional features to help you sell more products, some additional advertising options, some additional things on your listing. It'll allow you to participate in like Amazon Post, which is a program like an influencer program on Amazon. It'll help you do a whole variety of things. So it's one of the most important things you can do as you're starting. If you already kind of have an idea right now of as you're going through here, the Freedom Ticket, and you already have an idea of what you actually want your brand to be, I would go ahead and file the trademark now and get that process going so that you're ready to go as soon as you have your product in hand and ready to sell. Now, reselling is allowed. Now, brand registry doesn't mean that anybody else can't sell your products, because there is a doctrine in the United States that allows people to resell your products. So, but they can't copy or counterfeit your products. That would be illegal. But if someone buys it in one marketplace, so say you're wholesaling your product out to someone, and that person turns around and sells it on Amazon, you can't really prevent that. Now, what you can do is if you're wholesaling out to a bunch of people, and this happens a lot in the supplement space, someone will wholesale out to a bunch of doctors or something like that, then those doctors just turn right back around and sell it on Amazon and compete against you. And sometimes even at a lower price. Now, you can set up, in your wholesale agreements, you can set up things that say that these are not allowed to be sold on Amazon, but enforcing that is up to you. Amazon's not going to enforce that. So if someone comes on your listing and is not an authorized seller officially, Amazon's not getting involved and taking them off. They will only take off people if they're doing counterfeiting. So just keep that in mind, that people are allowed to resell, and Amazon won't get involved in that unless it's a counterfeit or some sort of a fraudulent activity. Now, what you can do is if someone is doing some sort of fraudulent activity where they're counterfeiting you, we call that a hijacker, you can do what's called a test buy, where you actually buy this from one of your accounts or have a friend or somebody buy it if you don't have an account in the US. Then you can actually take that product and you can compare it, take pictures of it once you receive it, and show how it's different from your actual product and file a complaint with Amazon, and hopefully that will help you solve that issue. Another thing you can do is send those people directly a cease and desist letter. You can go to ceaseanddesist.com, I think, and there's some form letters there, and you can actually send them a letter and under the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and say, look, you're violating my rights to sell this. You have 24 hours to take it down. If you don't, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, whatever threats you want to make them, and some of those people will comply, others will tell you to get lost, but it can be an effective way to get something done. Another thing you can do is you can copyright your packaging. And so if you copyright your packaging, you can use that as a tool to say, if someone is knocking you off, to say, look, you don't have the rights to sell this. I have a copyright on this, and you're manufacturing it without my permission. There's a number of ways you can do it, or you can just file a complaint with Amazon. I'm going to show you here in just a second in brand registry. You can actually search by image. So I've had problems in the past where I spent a lot of money creating some nice images of a model using our product, and other sellers actually took my image that I had on my product, photoshopped out my product out of the model's hands, and put their product in the model's hands. And I was able to use the tools at Brand Registry to actually find those on Amazon and just hit buttons and file complaints and get those people taken down on Amazon for violating my copyright. So it's a very powerful tool. Now, don't get brand registry confused with brand gating. Brand gating is the next level up. Brand gating is typically reserved for only the huge brands, the Nikes, the Adidas, the Apples. And brand gating is where nobody else is allowed to sell without specific permission. For example, one of my companies, we have a licensing deal, and we have contracts and everything. We're the official manufacturer of some pet products for this particular company, and we're allowed to sell those products. But when I go to list them on Amazon, Amazon blocks me, period. Like, you're not allowed to sell this. As soon as I put that brand name in, you're like account suspended. And so I have to actually go to that brand. They have to give permission to Amazon to actually, there's a special process that allows me to actually create that listing on Amazon. So that company is brand gated. Now, you and I, as smaller sellers, it's going to be next to impossible to get that. It does happen occasionally, but it's very difficult to get. That's the highest level, and like I said, it's reserved for only exclusive number of high-level brands on Amazon. Now, what Amazon has is anytime a listing is edited, it's called a contribution, and Amazon likes to have multiple contributions. So if you're not brand registered and you edit a listing, you change a bullet point, or change an image, there's different levels of contributions. And that's one of the lower levels. When you're brand registered, you're a higher level. So someone trying to monkey around with your listing and changing it, if they don't have the full brand register authorization, it's going to prevent them from making some changes to your listing. The catalog team at Amazon has an even higher authorization level. So they can make a change, and then you could make a change on the listing, and sometimes the change doesn't take effect. It's because they have a higher contribution level. So having brand registry, it will help you prevent people from monkeying around with your listing to some degree as well. Now, one of the other things you can do is if someone does try to go in and monkey around with your listing and change the pictures or change the copy, you can use the alerts tool from Helium 10, and that will actually notify you anytime something changes on your listing. You can set it to a number of different things that it looks for, and it will notify you, so you'll get an email, hey, your pictures just changed, or hey, your bullet point just changed. And that way you can go in and see what happened and hopefully correct it. Another thing that Amazon has to protect brands is called the transparency program. And the transparency program is a little stickers, and you have to pay, it's around a penny or so, a penny and a half per sticker. And these are little barcoded stickers that you get from Amazon, and you stick those on all your products. So it's not just the products you send to Amazon, but any products you sell anywhere. So if you're selling to Walmart, you're selling on your own Shopify site, you would have to put these on everything. And that's a way that Amazon protects a lot of their brands from having unauthorized sellers send stuff into Amazon, because if it doesn't have that sticker on it, it prevents a lot of counterfeiters too. If it doesn't have that sticker that's already pre-registered with Amazon, each barcode has a unique serial number, then Amazon won't accept the shipments into stock on FBA. So that's another way that Amazon has to help brands protect themselves. It's called the transparency program, and you can find out more about that once you sign up as a brand at Brand Registry. But what I want to do right now is I just want to show you, go log into Brand Registry and the Seller Central backend, and just show you some of the additional features that open up to you once you are registered as a brand on Amazon. Let's take a look. All right, to get to Brand Registry, you're going to go to brandregistry.amazon.com, and once you log in to brandregistry.amazon.com, you're going to, once you've registered your trademark, that is, you're going to see something that looks like this, where it has a list of your registered brands. So you can actually see which brands are actually registered under your account. You have a way to manage those here, where you can actually manage your trademarks. So you can click on the Manage Trademarks, and you can actually manage each of your trademarks, the trademark type, the registration number, and so on, where it's registered. You can enroll a new brand here. So like if you want to enroll a new brand, you can click on the Enroll a New Brand option, and it'll walk you through the process to enroll a new brand. So you have to have the trademark number. You're going to have images that clearly show the brand on your product. That's an important factor. So when you're actually making your product, you're going to have the logo on the product. It can be on the packaging. It doesn't have to be on the physical product. So it could be on a hang tag, or it can be on the outside of the packaging. But you're going to need images of that. So if you don't have your product manufactured yet, to get into Brand Registry, you're going to either need your factory to send you a sample, like a prototype, They don't take mock-ups. Amazon, if you send them like a computer graphic or something, they typically won't take it. They want to see that's real, like something taken with your iPhone or a regular camera. Sometimes they even want to see the hand or something in it. They also will want the ASINs that you have and the countries where you distribute the products. So you're going to have all that stuff ready to actually enroll your product in the brand registry. So in the Protect, you can actually report a violation. So if someone's violating your brand rights, you can actually report. And this is pretty cool here. You can choose the marketplace, and you can enter the product or brand name here, where you can. This is like a search option. So like if I wanted to search for, if I had like AbWow, let's say that was my brand name. I want to see who on Amazon may be using that. I can type in AbWow. Then you could just hit search right here. And it's going to go and search all of Amazon to see who might potentially be using that. It could be in their back-end keywords. It could be anywhere. Now, some of these are not actually using it, but if I saw someone in my title that was using it, I could just click right here, click on this little button, makes it super easy, and I can report them. And so it's a really cool and really fast way to find violators. You can also do it by image. So you can actually upload an image. Remember I talked about where someone had taken one of my products and photoshopped their product in my model's hands. So you can actually come here to the search by image right here and actually upload an image and search for it. So I would upload my image of my model using my exercise device. It will go out and find all similar images on Amazon, and I can report them as well. So it's a really cool little tool that you can use to report violation. You also have brand registry support up here at the top, and you have an option for monitoring. You also have a monitor option where you can see the submission history of everything that you've done on Amazon, any kind of claims you made, all the infringement types. So it's a really cool, powerful tool. So this is the brand registry at .amazon.com. So this is the back end of how it works, and this is where you would go to register your brand as well once you have your trademark. It can take up to 14 days for Amazon to tie everything together with Seller Central. But once they've tied everything together with Seller Central, you get a whole lot of extra stuff. Let's take a look at that now. So now we're back in the back end of Seller Central, and I just want to show you some of the additional features you get once you are brand registered. So under the advertising tab, you have something called A+ content. And if you click on that, A+ content, it actually allows you to add additional content, additional images and copy where the normal little text description goes. It's really cool stuff. So you can see here, just as an example, this black coffin shelf. This is the A+ content here that they have. And you can see this will appear in place of the description on the bottom of the listing on both mobile and desktop. So you only get that if you have your brand registered. And this can really make a difference if you do this right in your sales. And we have someone talking about this in one of the later modules about how to actually create this. So that's one of the cool things that you get. You also are able to get in the brands section here, you get all these additional things here. You can do experiments where you can test the title. So you can actually try different titles. For example, here, this experiment name, this one's egg tray test that was done. And they experimented with the title, the product title, which they tried Gee's Kitchen Coupe Egg Tray, Rustic, blah, blah, blah. And they tried a version B. And Amazon split test this to see which one performed better. And you can see one of them sold 21 units and one of them sold 8. So this is the better title. So this is going to help you sell more too. You only get this if you have the brand registry and the trademark. You also can come in here and you get a brand dashboard, and you can actually see a bunch of additional stuff here that's not available on a regular account. You also can come in and take a look at your customer engagement if you're doing outside traffic and you're using attribution. So you can see how many people are clicking on your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, and so on. You can also come in and create what's called virtual bundles, where if you have a couple different items that are not packaged together, they're different individual SKUs sitting in Amazon, and you could sell them as a pair. So maybe at Christmas time or during a Prime Day or something, you have an ab roller and some resistance bands. You could say if you buy these two together, we'll give you some sort of special discount. You can bundle them virtually together, and then Amazon will ship them as if they were one unit and packaged together, even though they're not. So that's another cool feature that you get with brand registry. Another cool thing that you get once you have brand registry is is you get what's called Amazon Post. At post.amazon.com, you can actually create these posts that actually will show up on your listing and other people's listings. It's kind of like a little social media platform on Amazon. And you can see here, this is one that was created, a little post, and it shows up something like this, where you can actually show your product. You can pick different images, and it actually links right to your product. And Amazon will show this on your product and different products that are in the same category. So it can be a great way to actually get some additional traffic and stuff. So this is one that was just set up with this ASIN that you can see. And then when this post ran here, and you can see that it got a reach of 13,896. Right, as of this recording, this is in beta, and this is totally free. It had engagement of 779 and 126 product clicks. Those were all completely free as of right now. At some point, Amazon may start charging for this, but as of right now, it was totally free. So this is a really powerful tool that can really help you get some additional reach. And one of my accounts, we post twice a day. And it's making a really cool difference in getting basically some free sales. Another thing you get when you have a brand registry is you get this brand analytics right here. This is probably one of the most powerful things. Is brand analytics has all these little things over here: Amazon search, repeat purchase behavior, market basket, item comparison, demographics. So once you had enough sales, they'll tell you the demographics of your customer. For example, so you can see on this account there's some demographics, and this will show you. I just did a little quarterly range here. It'll show you actually some of the customer demographics of their age and their household income. It'll show you quite a few different things about them. That's kind of cool to know. You can also see their purchase behaviors. If you click on purchase behaviors, you can see the other things that they bought. So you can see here what they've compared your item to. So you can see what your competition is doing, or see if maybe you need to change something. You can see, kind of follow them around secretly on Amazon. You can also a market basket analysis. So whenever they bought your items, what else did they buy? So this could give you ideas for additional products. So whenever they bought the coffin shelf, some of them bought some sort of makeup brush holder. That's a skull. So that could be 4.5% of the people that bought the coffin shelf also bought a skull pen holder. So you could, and then another 4.5% bought some sort of a crescent moon shelf. So these could be maybe ideas for your next product. It tells you all this kind of information. It'll tell you the repeat purchase behavior. If any of these people have ordered before from you, it'll tell you a lot of cool stuff here. One of the best things, I think, is this Amazon search terms. This will tell you, right now this one's showing the top 2 million search terms on Amazon. Now this is different than helium-10 or X-ray. This is not going to show you how much volume there is, but what it will do is it will show you what's called an SFR, search frequency rank. So it'll show you in order whether the most popular things people are searching for on Amazon. For example, Pop It, at the time of this one, this is weekly, is the most popular thing on a search term on Amazon. Bluetooth headphones is the second most popular. iPhone is the third most popular. And then what's even cooler is you can come over here and you can see what people are actually buying. So they will tell you, so for the word Pop It, this Asona push bubble fidget toy is getting 4.7% of the clicks. So that means that anybody that types in Pop It, nearly 5% of the people, so 1 out of 20 people, are clicking on this particular product. And of all the people that search for it, this product is being bought 5.58% of the time. So it's getting basically 1 out of every 20 sales for anything that's being bought off the word Pop It. And then you can go to the second one over here. It'll tell you which one is the second. So this big size push is getting 4.5% of the clicks and 3.3% of the sales. So people are buying that first one over this one. You can take a look at the listing and see why. What are they doing different? Is it pricing? Is it maybe they have a video? Is it cooler? What is it? And then they'll give you the third one as well, the third most popular clicked one. It's getting 4% of the clicks, but this one's actually getting 5% of the buys. So it's actually getting fewer clicks but higher buys than the second one. So this is some really cool data that you can mine. You can even type a search term in here, like you can type ab roller, for example, and see all the search terms related to ab roller that people are searching for. And so if I scroll this over, you can see that ab roller wheel is 21,000 396 SFR. So it's the most popular term related to ab roller. And then ab roller, without the wheel on it, 22,000 and so on. You can see this got 12 different combinations of ab roller here. And you can see some of these down in the 2 million, those don't get very much search volume. So pretty much anything below 300,000 is a pretty good search term. So anything below 300,000 is a pretty good search term in here. And you can use this to find ideas, to see ideas for new products, ideas for complementary products. You can use this to analyze your competition, to see what you might need to improve or what they're doing that you're not doing. It's just a really cool tool. But you only get all this stuff if you have brand analytics and you have your trademark registered. You also get the stores here. So a storefront is a page on Amazon where you can actually, it looks like this one actually has a storefront right here. So this is their storefront, and you can set this up. There's all kinds of templates here. And so you could actually get to this by probably typing amazon.com / and the brand name. You don't even have to have all this additional stuff. And you can actually come here to this storefront, and you can set up a whole storefront that you drive traffic to that has all your products. It's a nice little pretty page. You can add videos here. You can fully customize this. You can see here the posts are linked to here. Amazon just recently even announced a way that you can actually collect leads here. You can actually have people opt in to follow you, and then you could put a little button here that says follow, like you see right here, this little follow button. If people click on that, you're then allowed to actually contact them on Amazon. So the next time you have a new product, you have a special promotion, you could actually message them via Amazon and say, hey, check out our new product, or we got a Prime Day deal, or whatever it may be. This is a really powerful tool, and this only appears on the storefronts. So this is why you really need to have the brand registry, because you get all these additional features that you're not going to get anywhere else. And it really will enhance your selling and your ability to really crush it on Amazon. So this has been a very quick overview of the brand registry. I hope you take a moment to dive deeper into it, and I'll see you in the next module.